Wishing the best for yourself and others. The force of loving friendliness within the mind is called metta in Pali. It means wishing the best for yourself and others. Metta is also used to refer to mental exercises we use to cultivate this loving, friendly state of mind. We say specific words and think specific thoughts in order to generate a pure feeling. Generating metta is one of the principal routes to jhana. It is also a specific remedy for states of mind that keep us from jhana. In fact, metta makes the perfect preparation for jhana-oriented meditation. It clears away the hindrances so that concentration may arise. Loving friendliness in thought and action. Practicing loving friendliness meditation can change your habitual negative thought patterns and reinforce your positive ones. When you practice loving friendliness meditation, your mind will become filled with peace and happiness. You will be relaxed. You will gain concentration. But loving friendliness is not limited to your thoughts. You must manifest it in your words and your actions too. And it involves others, not just yourself. You cannot cultivate loving friendliness in isolation. You can start by thinking kind thoughts about everyone you have contact with every day. If you have mindfulness, you can do this every waking minute with everyone you deal with. Whenever you see someone, consider that, like yourself, that person wants happiness and wants to avoid suffering. We are all the same. We all feel that way. All beings feel that way. Even the tiniest insect recoils from harm. When you recognize that common ground, you see how closely we are all connected. The woman behind the checkout counter, the man who cuts you off on the expressway, the young couple walking across the street, the old man in the park feeding the birds, and the birds themselves. Whenever you see another being, any being, keep this in mind. Wish that one happiness, peace, and well-being. It is a practice that can change your life and the lives of those around you. The meditation center where I teach is in the hills of the West Virginia countryside. When we first opened our center, there was a man down the road who was very unfriendly. I encountered him regularly on the long walk I take every day. It is a quiet forest road with little traffic, and I always wave to everyone who goes by. Whenever I saw this man, I would wave to him. He would just frown at me and look away. Even so, I would always wave and think kindly of him, sending him loving friendliness. I was not disappointed by his attitude. I never gave up on him. Whenever I saw him, I waved just as I did with other people. After about a year, his behavior changed. He stopped frowning. I felt wonderful. The practice of loving friendliness was bearing fruit. After another year, when I passed him on my walk, something miraculous happened. He drove past me and lifted one finger off the steering wheel. Again I thought, oh, this is wonderful. Loving friendliness is working. Another year passed. Day after day, when I took my walk, I would wave to him and wish him well. The third year, he lifted 2 fingers in my direction. Then the next year, he lifted all 4 fingers off the wheel. More time passed. One day I was walking down the road as he turned into his driveway. He took his hand off the steering wheel, stuck it out the window, and waved to me. One day, not long after, I saw him parked on the side of one of the forest roads. He was sitting in the driver's seat smoking a cigarette. I went over to him and started talking. First, we chatted just about the weather, and then, little by little, his story unfolded. It turns out that he had been in a terrible accident. A tree had fallen on his truck. Almost every bone in his body was broken. He had been in a coma. When I first started seeing him on the road, he was only beginning to recover. He did not refrain from waving because he was a mean person. He did not wave because he could not move all his fingers. Had I given up on him, I would never have known how good this man is. To top it all off, one day when I had been away on a trip, he actually came by our center looking for me. He was worried because he hadn't seen me walking in a while. Now we are friends. Cultivating friendliness toward different types of people. You need to find reasons to develop loving friendliness toward those you have problems with. A few traditional analogies describing 5 different types of people may help guide you here. The first type of person is someone whose deeds are rotten. He does bad things and has a very base manner. He does not know how to behave. He is not polite. His manners are rough. He does not show respect to anybody. Venerable Sariputta compared such a person to a dirty rag. Suppose a traveling monk sees a dirty rag on the road in front of him. It is so dirty that he cannot even pick it up with his hands. He holds it by one foot and kicks it with the other foot and dusts it off. He cleans it off that way, only with his feet. Then he picks it up with 2 fingers and shakes it off with contempt. Then he takes it home, washes it neatly, and puts it to some use. He might use it to patch up a robe or make a doormat. He puts that piece of cloth to work. This metaphor teaches us when you want to cultivate loving friendship for such a person, you find one reason or another. The layers of dirt on the rag are like the layers of conditioning on this person that have made him so rough and impolite. Maybe he has acquired this from his parents, his teachers, his associates, his education, and his upbringing. Maybe he has been discriminated against. Maybe he has been mistreated and abused and intimidated in his childhood. Maybe he is not an educated person. All kinds of things you do not know about may be contributing to his rough behavior. These are his history. You do not know about these things, but it is best to forgive him for all his misdeeds. Practice metta toward him. He is suffering from his own hatred, and he deserves our compassion. He does not know how to deal with his own suffering. Perhaps he has lost his friends, his home, his job, his relatives, due to his own hatred. Maybe he has had a terrible divorce. All we can see is that he is suffering. All we can do is practice compassion. Maybe this helps to reduce his hatred and make him happy. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't, we practice equanimity toward him. This is a balanced state of mind, but it doesn't mean we just give up. We think of other ways to help him. You may discover a second kind of person with bad words, whose deeds are good. This is someone who has no polite words in his vocabulary, only foul language, yet he or she nonetheless does something good for you or for the world. This person might see you frustrated at doing things improperly. He may come up to you and say, "You fool, you idiot, you don't know how to do this. You're going to kill yourself if you do it that way. Here, let me do it." Then maybe he does the whole job for you. That is a good reason for you to develop loving friendliness toward that person. This person, in spite of his filthy language, may do something wonderful. For that you must respect him, admire him, and you share loving friendliness with him. Help him change his way of talking. When you associate with him and show your loving friendship for him, he will perhaps gradually change. You arouse loving friendliness within yourself for that person, and that, in turn, can arouse it in him. This second person is compared to a pond covered with algae. When you want to dive into it or get water out of it, you have to remove the moss by hand, and only then can you dive in and swim properly. Similarly, you learn to ignore such an algae-covered person's superficial weaknesses. You watch and you find out that her heart opens to compassion and loving friendship from time to time. She develops a pure heart from time to time. That is a good reason for you to develop loving friendliness toward this second person. A third person may have both bad words and bad deeds, yet a flickering impulse toward kindness within. This person is like a puddle on the road. Suppose you are walking on a road where there is no water, no well. You are thirsty and tired. You are hungry and thirsty, desperately looking for some water to drink. You are almost dehydrated. At that time, you find a little water in a cow's footprint. There is not too much water because a cow's footprint is not too deep, but there is a little water in it. If you try to take that water by hand, you make it muddy. So, what do? You bend down, kneel down, and slowly bring your mouth close to that bit of water. Then sip it without disturbing the mud. Even though it is dirty and muddy, you may still quench your thirst for a moment. You sip the water gently and leave the mud behind. In this way, we can see at least the potential, from time to time, for even such a person's bad in word and deed to, in certain circumstances, open his heart to noble things, friendly things, and compassionate things. You should practice loving friendliness toward such a person, in spite of all his weaknesses. You meet another person, a fourth person. This person's words are bad, his behavior is bad, and his heart does not open at all for anything noble. This person is like a patient, a sick man, walking on a road where there is no hospital, no village, and no humans around, no one to help him. There is no water, no house to rest in, no tree to give shelter, just the hot sun and his burning thirst. This person is afflicted and suffering from a severe sickness. He really needs medical attention, otherwise he will surely die. You see him and you feel very sorry for him. Your heart melts. You think, how can I help this suffering being? What can I do for him? He needs water, medicine, and clothes. He needs somebody to help him. How can I help him? In spite of all those difficulties, and despite the fact that you will almost certainly receive no gratitude, you nonetheless resolve to be of service. When I meet such a person, I think thoughts like this. With bad bodily conduct and bad verbal conduct like this, he is committing many unwholesome and unskillful acts. He is suffering from that now, and he will suffer from it in the future. Let me help him get rid of his hatred. A fifth person's thoughts are sweet and wonderful. His words are beautiful and friendly. His deeds are friendly, beautiful, and pure. Everything is ideal. It is, of course, very easy for us to cultivate loving friendliness toward that person. Even so, doing this mindfully can be of great value. You must try to cultivate loving friendliness equally toward all these 5 people without discrimination. This is not very easy. You have to make a great sacrifice, a sacrifice of your comfort, a sacrifice of your thoughts, a sacrifice of your feelings and your attitudes. You have to sacrifice many things in order to cultivate loving friendliness. You must remember that the overall purpose of what you are doing here is to make yourself calm and peaceful, to make your mind and body healthy, and to make your surroundings healthy. You are trying to make others feel comfortable in associating with you. To make them comfortable, you first make yourself comfortable with them. When you feel comfortable to associate with others, you carry on your conversations and activities harmoniously. You have to take the initiative to lay the groundwork and prepare yourself to practice loving friendliness. When you come to truly understand suffering, your heart opens to the hidden nature of your own loving friendliness. Then you feel so much love and compassion for all living beings that your mind naturally wishes them all to live in peace and harmony. Over the years, I have received many letters from prisoners who are seeking to learn the Dhamma. Some have done terrible things, even murder. They see things differently now and want to change their lives. There was one letter that was particularly insightful and deeply touched my heart. In it, the writer described how the other inmates shouted and jeered whenever the guard appeared. The inmate tried to explain to the others that this guard was also a human being, but the others were blinded by hatred. All they could see, he said, was the uniform, not the man inside it. This man was putting loving friendliness into action, and it altered his perceptions. Loving friendliness is not something you do by just sitting on a cushion, thinking and thinking and thinking. You must let the power of loving friendliness shine through your every encounter with others. Loving friendliness is the underlying principle behind all wholesome thoughts, words, and deeds. With loving friendliness, you recognize more clearly the needs of others and help them readily. With thoughts of loving friendliness, you appreciate the success of others with warm feeling. You need it in order to live and work with others in harmony. It protects you from the suffering, fear, and insecurity caused by anger and jealousy. When you cultivate your loving friendliness, your compassion, your appreciative joy for others, and your equanimity, you not only make life more pleasant for those around you, your own life becomes peaceful and happy. The power of metta is like the radiance of the sun, beyond measure. Loving friendliness goes beyond all boundaries of religion, culture, geography, language, and nationality. It is a universal and ancient law that binds all of us together, no matter what form we may take. Loving friendliness should be practiced unconditionally. My enemy's pain is my pain. His anger is my anger. His loving friendliness is my loving friendliness. If he is happy, I am happy. If he is peaceful, I am peaceful. If he is healthy, I am healthy. Just as we all share suffering regardless of our differences, we should all share our loving friendliness with every person everywhere. No one nation can stand alone without the help and support of other nations, nor can any one person exist in isolation. To survive, you need other living beings, beings that are bound to be different from yourself. That is simply the way things are. Because of the differences we all have, the practice of loving friendliness is absolutely necessary. It is the common denominator that ties all of us together. Why metta is important for jhana. You cannot practice mindfulness without loving friendliness, nor can you practice loving friendliness without mindfulness. These two always go hand in hand. When you are flowing metta to all living beings, radiating it outward in all directions, with your whole mind on every sense channel, when you are doing it sincerely, there is simply no room for the hindrances. You cannot radiate goodwill and be greedy at the same time. You cannot be fearful or angry. You cannot have doubts, restlessness, boredom, or dullness. When you practice loving friendliness, you build up a very powerful spiritual magnet that pulls people toward you. You feel very comfortable wherever you go. You feel that everybody around you is friendly toward you. You feel secure thinking that everybody around you is friendly. You can trust them. You can leave home knowing that your friends protect your home. You feel comfortable that your friends protect your family. Your metta practice makes you so relaxed and peaceful that you are pleasing to all around you. You can sleep well. You will not have nightmares. You can get up with a fresh feeling. You can talk to anybody without anger. You like them, and they often like you in response. The practice of loving friendliness is also a healing meditation for the one who does it. It heals all the wounds of anger. When the power of loving friendliness repels anger, you are very relaxed and joyful. Remember, it is crucial for you to extend loving friendliness to yourself as well as to others. Your practice will not succeed if you harbor animosity or indifference toward yourself. Practicing loving friendliness toward yourself first makes you peaceful and happy. Resting in that experience, you can wish others the same peace and happiness by cultivating loving friendliness toward them. You send it out from a calm, peaceful, compassionate center, and that must start with yourself. Meditations on Loving Friendliness. This section presents 6 formal meditations on metta. The metta practice has 3 levels. The first is the verbalizing level, the second is the thinking level, and the third is the feeling level. When you are in jhana, you experience the feeling level of metta. General instructions. Start with the words and ideas. Say the formal words given below, or some variant of them. These are just examples provided here to show the progression of beings involved and how to extend your metta outward. You start with yourself as a focal point for peace and good wishes. Then expand your area of focus outward by stages, until it includes the entire universe of beings. If the formal words do not resonate with you, you can use words that are truly meaningful to you. Envision specific people or animals in each category. Hold them clearly in mind. Make the feelings real and personal. Some categories and types of people are more challenging than others. Work on each category until you can do it fluidly and sincerely. Explore the physical feelings associated with metta. Find out deeply and with mindfulness exactly what is going on in your body, exactly where it is happening and precisely how it feels. Focus on the physical feelings until they become a pure distillation of all the thoughts and physical sensations. It is a feeling beyond sensation, almost an emotional coloring in the mind. It is often accompanied by sensations of warmth and swelling in the area of the heart. Drop the words, the images, the beings, the physical feelings, and the stages. Move deeply into the pure feeling of metta as an intangible thing, beyond simple thought, emotion, and physical feelings. Get the living essence of the thing. Use yourself as a kind of radiator to pump the pure feeling of friendliness and kindness out to the whole universe. Stay with that. Metta meditation has the potential to carry you into jhana. The pure feeling of metta as an experience can be used to carry you across the barrier, into the wordless. It is very close to the feelings that predominate in the first jhana, and it can be used as a tool to reach them. Metta Meditation 1. May I be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to me. May I always meet with spiritual success. May I also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May I always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May my parents be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May my teachers be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May my relatives be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May my friends be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May all people to whom I am indifferent be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May all unfriendly persons be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May they always meet with spiritual success. May they also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. May they always rise above them with morality, integrity, forgiveness, compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. Metta Meditation 2. Having seen that all beings, like yourself, have a desire for happiness, you should methodically develop loving friendliness toward all beings. May I be happy and free from suffering, and always, like myself, may my friends, neutral persons, and hostile ones be happy too. May all beings in this town, in this state, in other countries, and in the world systems be ever happy. May all persons, individuals, beings, and creatures in all world systems be ever happy. So too may all women, men, noble ones, non-noble ones, gods, humans, and beings in the lower worlds be happy. May all beings in every direction and every place be happy. Metta Meditation 3. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from affliction. May I be free from worry. May I live happily. As I am, so also my parents, teachers, preceptors, and friendly, indifferent, and hostile beings be free from hatred. May they be free from affliction. May they be free from worry. May they live happily. May they be released from suffering. May they not be deprived of their fortune duly acquired. May all beings, all living beings, all creatures, all persons, all those who have arrived at a state of individuality, all women, all men, all noble ones, all non-noble ones, all gods, all humans, all non-humans, all those who are in the hell, and in this home, village, town, this country, in this world, in this galaxy, may all of them without any exception be free from worry. May they live happily. May they be released from suffering. May they not be deprived of their fortune duly acquired. Metta Meditation 4. May those with no feet receive my love. May those with 2 feet receive my love. May those with 4 feet receive my love. May those with many feet receive my love. May those with no feet not hurt me. May those with 2 feet not hurt me. May those with 4 feet not hurt me. May those with many feet not hurt me. May all beings, all those with life, be happy. May suffering not come to anyone. May those suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings arisen in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Metta Meditation 5. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another nor despise anyone anywhere. Neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so toward all living beings one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Metta Meditation 6. Let me direct my mind in the eastern direction and wish all living beings in that direction to be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. Let me direct my mind to the southern direction and wish all living beings in that direction to be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be filled with the thought of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. Let me direct my mind to the western direction and wish all living beings in that direction to be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. Let me direct my mind to the northern direction and wish all living beings in that direction to be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. Let me direct my mind to the celestial direction and wish all living beings in that direction to be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. Let me direct my mind to the animal realm and hell realms and wish all living beings in that direction be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. May all beings in all directions, all around the universe, be beautiful. Let them be happy. Let them have good fortune. Let them have good friends. Let them after death be reborn in heavens. May all beings everywhere be filled with the feeling of loving friendliness, abundant, exalted, measureless, free from enmity, free from affliction and anxiety. May they live happily. May all those who are imprisoned legally or illegally, all who are in police custody anywhere in the world waiting trials, be met with peace and happiness. May they be free from greed, anger, aversion, hatred, jealousy, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. May all of them, in all directions, all around the universe, be beautiful. Let them be happy. Let them have good fortune. Let them have good friends. Let them after death be reborn in heavens. May all children abused by adults in numerous ways be free from pain, afflictions, depression, disappointment, dissatisfaction, anxiety, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. May all of them in all directions, all around the universe, be beautiful. Let them be happy. Let them have good fortune. Let them have good friends. Let them after death be reborn in heavens. May all rulers be gentle, kind, generous, compassionate, considerate, and have best understanding of the oppressed, the underprivileged, the discriminated against, and the poverty-stricken. May their hearts melt at the suffering of the unfortunate citizens. May the oppressed, the underprivileged, the discriminated against, and the poverty-stricken be free from pain, afflictions, depression, free from disappointment, dissatisfaction, anxiety, and fear. Let these thoughts of loving friendliness embrace all of them, envelop them. Let every cell, every drop of blood, every atom, every molecule of their entire bodies and minds be charged with these thoughts of friendliness. Let their bodies and minds be relaxed and filled with the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness. Let the peace and tranquility of loving friendliness pervade their entire bodies and minds. May all of them, in all directions, all around the universe, be beautiful. Let them be happy. Let them have good fortune. Let them have good friends. Let them after death be reborn in heavens.